full wave rectifier. This is another type of rectifier which is better than half wave rectifier, better in the terms of efficiency in converting the AC into pulsating DC. Okay, so the first type of rectifier was half wave rectifier. So now in today's class we will be talking about full wave rectifier, whose efficiency is comparatively more compared to half wave rectifier. Okay, so now let me draw the circuit of a full wave rectifier. This is a transformer, and this is the primary side, we call it as a primary side, and we have an AC input to this. Okay, AC supply, we call it as AC supply input at the primary side of the transformer. Next, at the secondary side we have less number of terms. Okay, it is a step down transformer. We have here a diode and a diode here. So the difference is between half wave rectifier and full wave rectifier is, in half wave we have a single diode, whereas in full wave rectifier we have two diodes. You can see here. This is a load resistor. This is a center tap of the transformer. From here I am connecting it to the RL. That is, this is the load RL, load resistor RL. Okay, and next we have a connection from this point to this point, and here it is connected to the one point of the diode. This is a diode D1, this is a diode D2. Okay, this is a transformer, this is AC input, and this one is known as center tap transformer. Center tap transformer. Here we across this point we find out the EDC, DC, load voltage, across the resistor, load resistor RL. Here the current flows in this direction. In this direction the current flows ID1, and this direction the current flows ID2. Okay, so here students, here we find out the ES, that is nothing but secondary voltage from these points. Okay, so this one, what is this? Center tap transformer. Okay, diode 1, diode 2, and here it is IL, load current. Okay, so here this point we call it as A, and this point we call it as B. Okay, here we call it as a point A, this is a point B. Diode 1, D1, diode, second diode, diode D2. So here I have explained the construction of the full wave rectifier. It contains two diodes. Half wave rectifier contains only one diode. Okay, so here input what we are giving, AC supply, that is 230 volt 50 hertz, 230 volts 50 hertz. But this input is very large to this circuit, so it is step down, that voltage is reduced by using this transformer. Okay, secondary voltage is obviously very less comparatively 230 volts, maybe 12 volts or something like that, 5 volts, 12 volts will be getting here according to the requirement of the circuit. Okay, so at the input side we have 230 volts, whereas at the secondary side we have stepped down to the voltage from 230 volts to maybe 12 volts or 5 volts, whichever it is required. So next construction, diode D1 and diode D2, and across these points we take down the, across these points we calculate the DC load voltage across this load resistor RL. So this is the construction of the full wave rectifier. Now explanation of this, the full wave rectifier conducts during both positive as well as negative half cycle of the input. That is, this is positive, this is negative. So half wave rectifier, what happens? It was conducting only during the positive half cycle, whereas in the negative half cycle it was not conducting, so no current flow. Whereas in this full wave rectifier, this full wave rectifier conducts in the positive also, that is, if I draw like this, full wave conducts in the positive cycle also, and it also conducts in the negative cycle. Okay, in the positive half cycle, diode D1 is on and D2 is off, whereas in the negative half cycle, diode D1 is off and D2 is on. So in this way it conducts in both the cycles. So in order to rectify both the half cycles of the AC input, this is the AC input which is given to the rectifier, we use two diodes. In order to rectify the complete AC cycle, complete AC, we use this two diodes, and these two diodes feed a common load voltage, that is the load resistor RL, with the help of this center transformer. You can see here, this is a center transformer. From the center transformer, the connection is given to the load resistor RL. The AC voltage is applied through a suitable power transformer. It is a step down transformer with proper turns ratio, proper turns, that is number of turns. So number of turns in this is N1, number of turns at the secondary side it is N2. Okay, so let me consider the operation of this during the positive half cycle, what happens, during the negative half cycle, what happens. So here in the positive half cycle, that is, if this is the input, during the positive half cycle what happens, see, when I apply this positive half cycle of the AC input voltage, in which the terminal A, this is the terminal A, is a positive with respect to this B is negative. So let me write here, A point is positive and B point is negative. The diode D1 is forward biased and hence it will conduct, and diode D2 is reverse biased, because see here, if I apply positive here, negative here, then it is known as forward biasing. Then if the diode here I apply minus and here apply plus, it is known as reverse biasing. So now this here I have positive, here I have negative, so this is forward biased. Here I am having negative, B is negative, so here minus, here plus, it is reverse biased. So this is off. Reverse bias means it is off, no current flows across this, whereas diode D2 is on and current flows across this. So here what happens, I will get the positive load voltage. Across this, only this diode conducts, so current flows here from the positive to negative. The conventional direction current of the current is from positive to negative. Across this we will take the voltage, so we will get like this. Okay. Next, the diode D1 is there, no? Supplies the load current IL. What is this IL? This is load current. So IL is equal to ID1. IL is equal to ID1 when diode D1 is on, diode D2 is off. Okay, during the positive half cycle. Next, so this current is flowing through this upper half means this one, this part. So the current, where it is flowing, the current is flowing in the upper half of the secondary winding, whereas while the lower half of the secondary winding of the transformer has no current, because the diode D2 is off now, so there is no current here. Whereas here in the upper loop there is a current flow because diode D1 is on. Okay. So what happens during the positive half cycle? During the positive half cycle, what happens? Diode D1 is on, D2 is off. So this is forward biased. Diode D1 is forward biased. Hence current I means current flows. Whereas this is diode D2 is off, it is reverse biased. no current flows. So this happens in the during the positive half cycle. So in the next negative half cycle, what happens? So in the next polarity is reversed, that is A becomes negative, B becomes positive. A becomes negative and B becomes positive. So B becomes positive means the diode D2 conducts here. So B is positive and A is negative. At that time D2 is on, D1 is off. So what happens? Diode D1, this is diode D1, this becomes minus, here plus. So it is reverse biased, so it is off. Whereas in the diode D2, what happens? This becomes positive, this is a B terminal, na? This becomes positive and this becomes negative. So this is forward biased and it is on and the current flows. So in the negative half cycle, what happens? D1 is off, D2 is off, and here the current flows in the lower half of the secondary here. So here we get the output in the negative, in the positive we get like this, in the negative we get like this. So ultimately we rectify the entire AC input with some little noise. Little noise is nothing but the ripple content which is there at the output. So the load current flows in both the half cycles of the AC voltage and in the same direction through the load resistance RL. Hence we get the rectified output across the load. Okay. So let me draw the waveform of the full wave rectifier. So it will be like this, students. So here this is the input. Okay. This is the input. So that is ESM. Secondary voltage is given here. Full cycle is there. Here diode D1 is on, D2 is off in the positive half cycle. In the negative half cycle, D1 is off, D2 is on. Similarly, during the positive half cycle, D1 is on, D2 is off. Next here, D2 is on, D1 is off. Here in the positive half cycle, D1 is on, D2 is off. Similarly, in the negative half cycle, D1 is off, D2 is on. Okay. So this is the secondary voltage, that is ESM, that is secondary voltage input which is given to the diode. Secondary voltage which is given as an input to the diode D1 and the D2. Now let me tell you, so diode D1 is on only during the positive half cycle. So only this is the current ID1, that is it flows only during the positive half cycle. Here diode D1 is off, so no current flows here. So next again positive peak, it will flow. So no current flows because D1 is off. Next again current flows, but here it will not flow. This is the ID1, that is the current flow in the D1, current flow in the diode D1. Next ID2, current flow in the diode D2. So during the negative half cycle, diode D2 is on and hence the current flows here. Next, during the negative half cycle, diode D2 is on, hence the current flows in the negative half cycle. Okay. During the next negative half cycle, diode D2 is on, hence ID2 will flow. So this is the ID2 current flow in the diode D2. Next, the peak voltage when I consider together ID1 plus ID2 IM, we get the peak voltage. Total of this shall get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here entire input AC supply is rectified and is converted into pulsating DC. Okay. So this is the IM is the peak value of the current. And also when we compare with the voltage, it is also, whenever the current flows, voltage also will be there. So this is EM, that is nothing but load voltage. Okay, so here this one, the upper one is a secondary voltage input given to the diode during the positive half cycle. During the positive half cycle, what happens? Diode D1 is on, D2 is off. So ID1 current flows through the circuit, okay, and D2 is off, so no current here. During the negative half cycle, what happens? Diode D2 is on, D1 is off, so ID2 will be there. So when I compare the peak voltage, when I compare the ID1 plus ID2, I will get the rectified output or the current flow. Rectified, that is pulsating DC. Okay. So next here, this is the load voltage and this is the peak current, IM, EM. So the full wave rectifier essentially consists of two half wave rectifiers. Here you can see this is one half wave rectifier, this is one half wave rectifier. So full wave contains two half wave rectifier circuits working independently of each other but having sharing with a common load RL. So the output load current is still pulsating. The output load current is still pulsating DC. Pulsating DC means like this. I have drawn it. This is a pulsating DC. Okay, this is pulsating DC. Input AC will be like this. Output will be like this. This is AC. AC input given to the rectifier. The output will be like this. Pulsating DC. Okay. Take down all of you along with me. Maximum load current. Maximum load current. So we will calculate this for the full wave rectifier. So let me first write, let RF is equal to forward resistance. RF is nothing but forward resistance of diode. Next, what is RS? RS is winding resistors, winding resistance. Of each half of secondary. What is RL? RL is load resistance. These are the parameters you should know. Load resistance. What is ES? ES is an instantaneous AC voltage across each half of secondary. That is nothing but ES can be written as ESM into sine omega t. Okay, so what is omega? Omega is equal to 2 pi f. What is capital ESM? Maximum value of AC input voltage. Okay, so here the upper half of the secondary ESM, lower half of the secondary ESM, nothing but we can write as it is. So what is Im? If you remember, I told you Ohm's law is I is equal to V by R. Follow this. Okay. So Im is a peak current value. ESM is a secondary voltage. ESM divided by how many resistance are there? RS plus RF plus RL. So this where Im is, what is Im? It is the maximum value of the load current. Maximum value of load current. So this one you should know. Im is equal to ESM divided by, this is RL. Okay, ESM divided by RS plus RF plus RL. This is RL, load resistance. So I is equal to V by R. Im is equal to ESM divided by RS plus RF plus RL. Okay. So this is one maximum load current equation. You should know it. I is equal to V by R. Im is equal to ESM divided by RS plus RF plus RL. Okay, you should know this. Next equation derivation. Next, this is Im. Okay, this is over. I is equal to V by R. Im is equal to ESM divided by RS plus RF plus RL. Next one. Average. Take down everybody along with me. Average DC load current, IDC. So next we need to calculate the expression for IDC. Okay. Now here consider one cycle of the load current from 0 to pi. Consider only the one cycle of the load current, that is from 0 to pi, in order to get this average value of the DC value of the load current. So here first expression, I'll just write here, consider one cycle of the load current from 0 to pi. Only consider from 0 to pi in order to obtain this average value of the DC load current. So next, we all know that IL is a load current, that is equal to capital Im, that is a peak value of the current, sin omega t, because we have a sine wave, sin omega t, for the duration 0 to omega t to pi. So Im is the peak value, IL is a load current, Im is the peak value, this is a, current is a sine wave, sin omega t, for the duration 0 to pi. Next, how to find out I average? I average is equal to IDC, that is equal to 1 by pi, take only for one half cycle, complete cycle, that too from only 0 to pi, IL d omega t. So this can be written as 1 by pi 0 to pi. IL is Im. IL is equal to what? Im sin omega t. So substitute this IL expression. Im sin omega t into d omega t. So here this Im is a constant. I'll take it outside. Im by pi as it is. Im I have took outside. So here integration of sine is nothing but minus cos omega t with the limits from pi to 0. So this can be written as Im by pi minus cos pi. So minus cos pi minus of minus cos 0. Next, so here I can rewrite it as Im by pi, cos pi is plus 1, minus of minus 1 So this can be written as Im by pi plus 1 plus 1. This is equal to 2 Im by pi. Okay. So this is 2 Im by pi. So when I integrate sine, I will get minus cos. Put the values pi and 0, you will get these values. And then Im by pi plus 1 will be 2 here. So this is equal to 2 Im by pi. So IDC is equal to, I don't have space here, so I am writing here, IDC is equal to 2 Im by pi. This was for full wave rectifier. For just for the comparison, for half wave rectifier, it was IDC is equal to Im by pi. Im by pi. This was for half wave, Im by pi. For full wave, IDC is 2 Im by pi. I repeat, for half wave rectifier, IDC was Im by pi. For full wave rectifier, IDC is 2 Im by pi. It is here 2 Im by pi. Okay. So this is the derivation, just a simple very calculation for IDC. We'll go to the next. So the next one is average DC load voltage, EDC. Okay. Take down average DC load voltage. Take down all of you the DC load voltage is EDC is equal to IDC into RL. Okay. So what is IDC? We have found out. Just I will write here again. IDC we have found out 2 Im by pi for full wave rectifier. IDC is equal to 2 Im by pi. So substitute in this 2 Im by pi into RL. Substitute the IDC equation. Next, what is Im? We all know that Im is equal to ESM divided by RS plus RF plus RL. So substitute this Im value into this. 2 ESM into this load resistance RL divided by this pi is constant, so RF plus RS plus RL. Okay, so I have to simplify this now. I can take it, I can rewrite it as 2 ESM. If I take RL common, what happens? Pi will be there, so 1 plus RF plus RS divided by RL. If I take RL outside, no, RL and RL will get cancelled. RL, if I take common here, RL outside, that RL and this RL get cancels. 1 plus RF plus RS divided by RL. So this is very less, that is RF plus RS divided by RL is very small quantity, so it can be neglected or ignored. Okay, it can be neglected. So EDC is equal to 2 ESM divided by pi into 1 plus a small quantity which can be neglected. So it is nothing but 2 ESM divided by pi into 1. 1 plus small quantity is 1 only. So it is 2 ESM by pi. So EDC is equal to 2 ESM by pi. So this is the calculation for average DC voltage EDC. So for half wave rectifier EDC was ESM by pi, whereas for full wave rectifier it is 2 ESM by pi. Just for the comparison I am writing here, for full wave rectifier EDC is equal to 2 ESM by pi. For a half wave rectifier it was EDC is equal to ESM by pi. Okay, so this is the derivation for EDC. So next, take down, it is RMS load current calculation. It is written as IRMS. RMS load current, it is written as IRMS. It can be obtained by IRMS is equal to, take the square root of it, 1 divided by 2 pi for a complete cycle 0 to 2 pi, IL square. So take the square of the input quantity and take the square root of the entire thing. It is nothing but doing the root means square. In the last class I have told you, squaring that is IL square, squaring and then taking the square root of it gives us the RMS value. Okay, so it can be rewritten as IRMS is equal to two divided by 2 pi 0 to pi IM sin omega t whole square. IL is equal to IM sin omega t, so whole square d omega t. Okay, so next we need to substitute. Okay, so that is, so this two get cancelled, no? So this IM is a constant quantity, I'll take it outside IM, and under the square root what will remain? 1 divided by pi. Okay, so 0 to pi sin omega t, that is sin square. This is sin, this square, no, sin square will come. IM I have taken outside, so sin square, this is square. IM I have taken outside, 2 get cancelled, 1 by pi 0 to pi, this I have taken outside, here I have written, this becomes sin square omega t. Sin square omega t can also be written as 1 minus cos 2 omega t divided by 2. Same thing I will write here, 1 minus cos 2 omega t divided by 2. So next it can be written as IRMS is equal to IM as it is. Okay, next this 2 is there, no, that I will take outside, 1 by 2 pi it becomes. This 1, integration of 1 with respect to omega t is omega t with the limit 0 to pi minus, this becomes sin 2 omega t divided by 2, integration of this cos 2 omega t divided by 2. So put the limits pi to 0, close the big bracket. So 1, integration of 1 with respect to omega t is omega t 0 to pi minus cos integration is sin 2 omega t divided by 2, put the limits pi to 0. So here students I will get IM constant as it is. Next I will get here pi minus, and I put 0 and this becomes 0, so pi minus 0. So this is equal to IM, this is IM 1 divided by 2 pi into pi. This pi get cancels. Im by root 2. So IRMS is equal to Im by root 2. So this is the equation for IRMS. Look into it, students. First we took the square of the current IL, load current, then find out the square root of it, we'll get the IRMS. IRMS is equal to this. IL I have substituted Im into sin omega t, square it. Okay. So next 2 get cancelled. Im I have taken outside because it's a constant, 1 by pi. Integration 0 to pi. Sin square omega t can be written as 1 minus cos 2 omega t divided by 2. So I have written here. Then you integrate it 1 with respect to omega t, it will be omega t 0 pi to 0 to pi limit minus integrate this cos 2 omega t. So this 2 I have taken it outside here, 1 divided by 2 pi. So sin over 2 omega t divided by 2, 0 to pi. So substitute the limits and then get the answer. Pi get cancels. So Im is outside, Im and this root 2. Root 1 is 1 only. So root 1 by root 2. Okay. So even if I multiply it is 1, Im into 1 will be 1 only. Im by root 2. So RMS load current of the full wave rectifier is IRMS is equal to Im divided by root 2. Okay. Have you understood this? I have explained it twice. Have you understood this?
Yes, ma'am.
So okay. So I'll go to the next slide now. Okay. Next, RMS. All of you take down along with me RMS value of the load voltage. As the load is resistor we have connected across the load, isn't it? So the load voltage is given by EL RMS is equal to IRMS into RL. Simple. So IRMS we have derived as Im by root 2. Substitute it here. Im by root 2 into RL. So EL RMS is equal to Im by root 2 into RL. This is the equation for RMS value of the load voltage. Okay. Just substitute IRMS. IRMS is Im by root 2. Just substitute it and write it. You will get ERMS. Root mean square value. RMS stands for root mean square value. Okay. Next, DC power output. It is given as PDC, DC power output. We know that DC power output is equal to, take down, DC power output is equal to EDC into IDC. Okay. So it is I square DC into RL. Why? Because EDC is equal to IDC, right? So here EDC into IDC, EDC is equal to IDC into RL. So substitute that here in EDC. So it becomes IDC square into RL. PDC is equal to I square DC into RL. This is equal to, so IDC is nothing but 2 Im by pi. Square of it into RL. So PDC is equal to, squaring means 2 square is 4, Im square into RL divided by pi square. So your DC power output is equal to EDC into IDC. EDC can be replaced as IDC into RL. IDC into RL. IDC square into RL it becomes. IDC is 2 Im by pi. IDC is what? 2 Im by pi. Square it into RL. 2 square is 4. Im square is Im square. RL is outside as it is. Pi square is pi square. So this PDC, that is DC power output, PDC of the full wave rectifier. Okay. So here we can substitute the Im also here, peak value voltage, P4 divided by pi square as it is. Im is given by ESM divided by RF plus RL plus into RL square. We can write it like this also. One more method to find out the PDC, 4 divided by pi square. Im you can substitute. Im is equal to ESM divided by RF plus RS plus RL whole square into RL. So this is one equation. This is another equation for PDC. Substituting Im into PDC equation will give you this DC power output. Okay. So next, AC power input, PAC. So PAC is given is equal to I square RMS into RF plus RS plus RL. So what is IRMS is equal to? IRMS is equal to, can anybody tell me IRMS is equal to? Are you active or sleeping? Can anybody tell me IRMS is equal to?
Im by root 2.
Im by root.
Okay, at least this much you are awake. I am happy. Im by root 2 whole square into RF plus RS plus RL as it is. Okay. So this is PAC equation. Now we can also substitute Im is equal to ESM divided by RS plus RF plus RL. We all know that, right? We can substitute here this and get one more equation, that is PAC is equal to E square divided by RS plus RF plus RL whole square into 1 by 2 RF plus RS plus RL. So we will get here last equation, PAC is equal to E square S 2 into RF plus RS plus RL. So this one is one equation. Okay, here this equation. This after substituting this Im, no, this one we get this one. So there are two equations for PAC. So I think you understood AC power input, PAC. Okay, substitute IRMS, Im by root 2 whole square, you will get this. After substituting Im, that is Im is this, after substituting that you will get this equation. Rectifier efficiency. Rectifier efficiency is given as this symbol neta PDC output divided by PAC input. So input versus output. PAC is a AC input supply we are applying for the full wave rectifier. PDC is the output of the rectifier. So output divided by input will give us the efficiency. neta. So PDC is 4 divided by pi square into Im square into RL. This divided by PAC input. PAC is already we have derived Im square RF plus RS plus RL divided by 2. So neta we get it as 8 RL divided by pi square into RF plus RS plus RL. This is the equation. So you just substitute it, so make the reduction of this, you will get the last equation. All of you try doing this. If we neglect the RF plus RS less than RL, so neta will become 8 RL divided by pi square into RL. So this RL get cancelled, 8 by pi square. Can you tell me the at least answer of 8 by divided by pi square? What is the answer? 8 divided by pi square. Tell me the answer. Tell me the answer. 8 divided by pi square. Answer. Answer me. 8 divided by pi square. What is the answer? Nobody has calculator. So the efficiency of the full wave rectifier is double of half wave rectifier. That is 81%. And half wave rectifier is 40%. Next and the last one, ripple factor. Take down all of you, ripple factor. Ripple factor is given as square root of IRMS. Standard equations, all of you note it down. Square minus 1. Okay. So here IRMS in full wave is how much? Equation is Im by root 2. And what is IDC equal to? IDC is equal to 2 Im by pi for a full wave rectifier. So we get here, we get ripple factor is equal to square root of Im by root 2 whole square divided by 2 Im by pi minus 1. So can you tell me the answer for this? Answer for this. What is the answer for this? It is 0.48. So gamma ripple factor is equal to 0.48 for full wave rectifier. So this indicates that the ripple content in the output are 48% of the DC component, which is much less than the half wave circuit.